So how can we now get HTMX to automatically send that GET request every 5 seconds? Well, for that we need to adjust the trigger of this GET request. Remember that the default trigger is the most obvious event for the element on which this attribute is added. And for an unordered list, like for most elements, that's a click event. That's why at the moment we send this request when we click on this element. But now I actually want to change that trigger, and we can do that by using hx trigger. But I don't want to change it to some other user event. Instead, I want to change it to some automated polling mechanism. And turns out that HTMX got support for that. Instead of specifying an event like mouse enter or click here, you can also specify every and then some time period like 2s for 2 seconds or 5 seconds, which is what I want here. And you can learn about all the possible triggers and trigger modifiers here in the official documentation. There you learn about this polling mechanism, but you will also learn that you could, for example, add the once modifier to only listen to the first event of a certain type that occurs, that you could add delays and more, whatever you need for the application you're building. Now, in my case here, I'm interested in that polling mechanism, and that works with help of that every keyword, which you add here, followed by the time frame. Now you can also write more advanced code here and, for example, also combine multiple triggers. But for our example here, this is all we need. Well, and with that code added, if you now reload, you will see that after 5 seconds, those suggested places will be swapped out for 2 different places. And then after 5 seconds, we again have them being replaced, and so on. So now HTMX is polling for new places every 5 seconds. And of course, we can still add places from up there. Then we'll automatically refetch these places, but the polling mechanism will stay active because we specified it here on the unordered list, and we're never replacing this unordered list item here, because when we do return it, like here, when we added a new place to the dream places, we perform that out of band swap such that we only replace the content, the children of this unordered list with the content defined here, and not the list as a whole. And that's therefore how you can set up polling with HTMX.